Good morning, everybody. Today we have to deal with the different methods we have to use to measure the price elasticity of demand. Because in the last class we discussed about degrees of price elasticity as well as factors affecting price elasticity of demand. So, after having come over the meaning, its types and the factors affecting of it, we have to deal with the methods of measurement. Method of measuring or measurement of price elasticity of demand. Dear student, the first method is proportionate method. Second is percentage method. Third is total expenditure method. And fourth is geometric method or point elasticity of demand. See, we have different approaches to measure our price elasticity of demand. In the introductory class, we discussed about first two, that is proportionate and percentage method. First, second and third, these three are numerical methods to measure the price elasticity of demand. But the last one is geometric method. We can use the diagram to measure the price elasticity of demand. So, we have to start with the proportionate. Dear student, proportionate and percentage, the two names only. Process of calculation is almost same and the value of elasticity remains unchanged. Doesn't matter whether you apply the percentage method or to proportionate method. Only the difference between two is for the second we have to calculate percentage change in quantity demanded and percentage change in price separately. But for the proportionate method, no need to calculate percentage change in separately for quantity demanded as well as price. So let us start with the proportionate method. The first and most important method is proportionate method here. ED equal delta Q upon delta P into P upon Q. Dear students, PD, price elasticity of demand. We already discussed the process of development of formula for proportionate method. So today we have to apply the method in the formula where del P Del Q stands for change in QD, change in quantity demanded, and computed by Q2 minus Q1, new quantity minus old quantity. Del P stands for change in price and computed by P2 minus P1. Q stands for original quantity and P stands for original price. Dear student, if we take Q2, Q1, on that base is P1 and Q1. Q1 stands for Q1 is quantity demanded before change of price. P1 original price of price before change. So if it is so, you can calculate elasticity of demand for any type of change in quantity and price. See a particular example. You can solve the example through the proportionate method. See a particular example to solve, to understand the concept of formula of proportionate method. Suppose you have given information regarding price and quantity. First and second, P1, P2, Q1 and Q2. What the information are given to you? First, it's given two price, 1 and 2, and 2 quantity. So suppose the first price is ₹10, price in rupee, and second price is ₹15. First quantity is 100 and second quantity is 50. From the law of demand, we are aware, higher the price, lower the demand, lower the price, higher the demand. प्राइस पहले 10 है, क्वांटिटी 100 है, अब प्राइस चेंज हो गई, इंक्रीज कर गई 15, तो क्वांटिटी डिक्रीज कर गई 50. सो कंप्यूट द वैल्यू. सी द सॉल्यूशन. Del Q upon del Q equal Q2 minus Q1. Q2 50 minus 100. 50 minus Q1 100 equal minus 50. Del P upon equal P2 minus P1 If P2 is 15, P1 is 10. P2 15 minus 10 equal 5. P1 equal 10 and Q1 equal 100. See, we have to put the value onto the formula to calculate. See, del Q minus 15, del P 5. But if we are taking the mod to ignore the algebraic sign plus minus, so no need to consider the algebraic sign negative with 50. You have to apply 50 upon 5. So putting the value what we get 50 upon 5 into P1 upon Q1, P1 10, Q1 100, 10 upon 100. See, 50 upon 100 is 2, 5 2 ja 10 and 2 2 ja 1 equal 1. If the information is such as you can easily calculate the price elasticity of demand by proportionate method. See the next method, percentage, and try to understand what difference between two. You can solve the same problem through percentage method. The second method is percentage method. What you have to do here, P price elasticity of demand equal percentage change in QD upon percentage change in price percentage change in quantity demanded upon percentage change in its price. So we have to calculate percentage change in demand as well as percentage change in price separately. So see the solution. First we have to calculate percentage change in QD equal delta Q change in quantity upon original quantity into 100. Put the value you get, or delta Q 50 minus 100 minus 50. 50 we have to ignore the algebraic sign. 50 upon original price 100. Original quantity 100 into 100 equal 50%. Next, percentage change in price equal del P upon P1 into 100. Del P 15 minus 10 equal 5 upon original price 10 into 100. 0 0 cancel, 5 10 are 15. So see the percentage change in both 50% and 50%. So putting the value, what we get equal 50% upon 50% equal 1. See, answer remains unchanged. It doesn't matter whether you apply the percentage method or proportionate method. Dear student, the next method, that is total expenditure method, is not in our syllabus. must remember it is removed from our syllabus. So no need to discuss total expenditure method, that is the third method. We have to shift onto the fourth method, point elasticity of demand. As we discussed, I told that the three are based on numerical calculation, or it's required to have the command over mathematical process to calculate percentage or proportionate. But the fourth method, the geometric method or point elasticity, is very simple. You can calculate elasticity through the diagram. No need to use the actual numerical information to calculate. You have to draw a diagram, and on any linear diagram, on any linear demand curve, you can calculate the price elasticity at any point on a linear demand curve. So geometric method is a graphic or diagrammatic method. So we require to have a diagram of demand curve. Must remember that our assumption is applicable. It's applicable only on linear demand curve. Linear demand curve. What reason? Linear demand curve. Here, dx is the function of px and dx equal alpha minus beta p. Here, alpha intercept of demand curve and beta slope of demand curve. See a linear diagram AB, a diagram of a demand curve. One linear diagram we have to take A to B, a straight line demand curve. From this approach, you can calculate the elasticity on any point of A, B. So first, our assumption is it's a linear demand curve. So, for the linear demand curve, consider one more point in between A and B. Identify the middlemost point of A and B. Suppose it's C. आपको केवल इतना करनी है कि इस दोनों extreme point A or B, or you have to measure the size of demand curve and you require to divide it into equal parts, such as AC must be equal BC. So here price elasticity of demand equal L upon U, where L stands for lower segment on demand curve and U stands for upper segment on demand, lower segment and upper segment. Means suppose we have to calculate exactly at the point of C here. Lower segment is C to B and upper segment is C to A. As ED equal L upon U equal lower segment BC upon upper segment AC equal 1 since AC equal BC. चूँकि दोनों इक्वल पोर्शन में डिवाइड करता है दोनों पार्ट को, whenever you calculate the ratio between lower and upper, you will found that the value must be 1 because BC equal AC. So it's very easy to calculate the price elasticity on middlemost point. So for middlemost point, elasticity must equal 1. See, at the other points, suppose we have to calculate the price elasticity of demand PED at point A. Our ED equal lower segment upon upper segment. So from point A to B, entire value is lower segment. A to B, AB is the lower segment and upper segment from point A is nothing. So AB divided by 0 equal infinite. Any value divided by 0 will provide us infinite value. So from the point A is an extreme point along with the y-axis. There is nothing above A. So entire segment AB divided by 0. So you will get the infinite elasticity of demand. Next, extreme point at B. See PED at B. Again L upon U, lower segment 0 upon AB equal 0. See the 3 points, 2 extreme points and 1 middlemost point. Extreme point infinite, 1 and 0. Write the value of elasticity at the point A, elasticity infinite, at point B, elasticity 0, at point C, ED equal 1. अब हमें क्या करना है? See any point in between AC as well as CB. अब हमें कोई भी अदर पॉइंट फर्स्ट इन बिटवीन AC, सपोज 1 point D, see ED at D equal L upon U. L lower segment BD upon AD. ED greater than 1 since BD greater than AD. Is it clear? अब देखो D पॉइंट पर लोअर सेगमेंट BD है जो बड़ा रेंज है, चूँकि मिडिल मोस्ट पॉइंट के ऊपर तक कवर करता है और AD स्मॉलर है तो लोअर सेगमेंट बिगर है, अपर सेगमेंट स्मॉलर है. सो लोअर सेगमेंट डिवाइडेड बाय अपर सेगमेंट में लोअर सेगमेंट डिवाइडेड बाय अपर. Here the value of lower is greater, so ED must be greater than 1. So put the value of ED here. ED must be greater than 1, means in between two, elasticity 1 to infinite, more than 1 but less than infinite. See the fifth point E, in between C and B. Try to compute ED at E equal lower segment upon upper segment, or lower segment BE upon AE less than 1, since BE less than AE. So dear student, you can see what we got. The value of elasticity after applying the ED less than 1. After applying the point elasticity, our range of elasticity 0 to infinite, in between BC 0 to 1, and in between AC 1 to infinite. At the middlemost point C, elasticity must be unity, and at upper extreme point A, elasticity is infinite, but at lower extreme point B, elasticity is 0. So, this is the process of calculation of ED by diagrammatic approach. Again, one other method we already discussed, diagrammatic presentation of different degree of elasticity. You can express or represent all the degree of elasticity through the help of diagram. See, what we have to do for horizontal demand curve, ED equal infinite. For vertical demand curve, ED equal 0. A demand curve accurately divides entire segment between two equal parts. ED equal 1. In between two, or flatter demand curve ED greater than 1, and in between two, 0 to 1, ED less than 1, demand curve is steeper. So, dear student, in our syllabus only the approach are given. So, from today you can solve entire numericals given in your chapter, and you may able to answer each and every question related with the elasticity of demand for class 11 status. So, for today it's over now. Thanks all. We will meet in the next class with the next chapter. Okay.